Hi there. In today's episode of the show, we're going to list Catwoman's top 10 appearances in movies. Has Catwoman shown up in at least 10 movies or TV series at all? Do you also ponder over such Catwoman questions often? Seems like you have too much time on your hands. Why don't you go to the gym instead? After a short but rather memorable hookup with Catwoman, we both being creatures of the night, I am convinced that she is my favorite superhero. So, the next 10 scenes will come in chronological order because I like all of them equally. Number 10. The first portrayal of Catwoman was represented by Lee Meriwether in 1966. And here she is sitting casually on the chart table, or what is that? A cat under the water must be super freaked out. No wonder that she demands $1 billion per country, or else. Accompanied by Penguin, Riddler, and Joker, they kidnap the world leaders and are waiting for the ransom, but Batman and Robin arrive instead. The whole nasty bunch ends up in the water, except Catwoman, who must reveal her identity to Batman. She reveals her feelings too. Alas, the long-awaited kiss stays amiss. Seems like the dehydrated and closed in a vial world leaders are more important to the winged hero. He knows. This is a lovely movie from the time when cursing in movies had not been invented yet. A side note, later we saw Lee Meriwether again in the Star Trek series. Number 9. The Batman series between 1966 and 1968 featuring Adam West was a huge favorite. Catwoman was a frequent guest, first played by Julie Newmar. The 3 seasons-long series' most popular episode is Scat Darn Catwoman, in which the drugged Batman and Robin serve their Dark Lady as obedient minions. Pussycat, a second-class criminal by her own definition, is singing a love song to Robin when Gordon surprises and arrests them. He arrests a rich inventor, too, instead of Batman. The novelty of this episode is the noiseless explosive, Catwoman's Silent Might, which is used to explode safes and bank vaults in total silence. Pursuing their love-hate relationship further, Catwoman tempts her bat-like nemesis into sin again, and later on even visits the Batcave. Here we can see the most elegant stair-climbing of all time, which makes this episode a must-see. Julie acted a playful, elegant, and tame Catwoman who did not hide her attraction to Batman. She left the 3rd series because of McKenna's gold shooting and came back with her voice only in the 2016 animated series. Number 8. We can see Eartha Kitt in Batman's 3rd season, in the episode called Catwoman's Dress to Kill, where the fashion industry is involved. This time, Catwoman gets into trouble because of her vanity. Not only would she like to be the best-dressed woman, first of the city and later of the whole world, but she would also like to steal the wonderful golden fleece dress. When played by Eartha Kitt, Catwoman has become more aggressive, and her innocent crush on Batman from earlier has vanished completely. Interesting fact that Catwoman's yellow kitty car with a tail, originally called Reactor, had been previously seen in the Bewitched series. Later, the car appeared in Star Trek, without the cat costume. Number 7. Selina Kyle operates an obviously illegal night sweatshop, where she is the only employee. We are about to witness the making of a Catwoman costume. She puts on the claws, and that's it. Finally, a short cat peep show instead of a catwalk. She is posing in front of the local stray cats. While Bruce and Selina get together in the story, their superhero alter egos fight against Max Schreck, the billionaire, who would charitably build a nuclear power plant for Gotham. However, Selina figures out that it wouldn't produce energy, but quite the opposite. It would suck the energy out from the city. Well, this silly twist is much more enjoyable if you watch the movie. Penguin also appears, and Catwoman goes out with a huge bang as usual. By the way, the role had been reserved for Annette Bening, who rejected it because of her pregnancy. This is how we got Michelle Pfeiffer, the most cat-like Catwoman. The first modern Catwoman movie, definitely a must-see. Number 6. A huge jump in time again to 2004, the first true Catwoman movie. The story goes back to the beginning again. This time, Patience Phillips becomes the lucky chosen one of the cat goddess. Why not Selina Kyle? Who knows? This might be another universe, or someone just forgot to take their pills at DC. So, Phillips is a quiet, sensitive artist who realizes one day what shady business is going on at the beauty firm she works for. The anti-age serum they sell, in fact, speeds up aging the moment women quit using it. This must be a movie because something like this could never happen in reality. Am I right? Halle Berry is awesome. Not only has her costume been upgraded, but all her moves and the acrobatic scenes. By the way, she does capoeira martial art in the film. During the shooting, they say that her bra has fallen off several times. Unfortunately, those scenes were cut. The audience welcomed the film mostly with a boo, and it gained several negative awards, among them the Worst Actress Award at the Razzie Awards, and won the Worst Movie of the Year category at the Golden Schmoes Award. I think that's a slight exaggeration, as she walks away in the moonlight, swaying her hips at the end. That's brilliant. A must-see for fans. Number 5. In this short animated movie, Catwoman fights against the human trafficking scum. Let's admit it, Gotham has not exactly been a sophisticated place ever, but Rough Cut, the main villain of this episode, exceeds your wildest expectations. In a bad sense. Dark, adults-only scenes, fast-paced action, and high-quality animation characterize this movie. Trivia information. All diamonds are fake in the movie. Real diamonds are way too expensive, even in their cartoon form. Number 4. Christian Bale as Batman, Anne Hathaway as Catwoman, Tom Hardy as the evil Bane, Gary Oldman as Commissioner Gordon, and the unforgettable Michael Caine performing Alfred. What an amazing lineup. Catwoman and Batman are fighting against the evil Bane on the same side this time, using futuristic bat vehicles. With breathtaking CGI animation and effects, the visuals of this movie are quite impressive. About our feline favorite, it's worth it to mention that Anne Hathaway's gentle acting is noteworthy. She performs a reserved yet sensual Catwoman. Due to great success, Mattel also released Catwoman, Batman, and Batman's flying vehicle, the Bat, in the form of action figures. Number 3. The series, launched in 2014, is an origin story, a prelude to all Batwoman and Catwoman movies. Selina Kyle shows up right in the first episode. She witnesses the murders of Thomas and Martha Wayne, Bruce's parents. Selina is an orphan living on the streets. Theft is her main source of income. Being a permanent character in the series, first she forms an alliance with not-yet Commissioner Gordon, saves Bruce's life, then she becomes Batman's enemy, and their long and stressful love-hate relationship begins. Camren Bicondova performed the young Catwoman through 5 seasons and 100 episodes, while Lili Simmons acted the role of the already adult heroine in the season finale. A binge-watch material for everyone. Number 2. In this 2018 short film, the enemy of Catwoman, performed by May Claire, is Black Mask, who, you won't believe this, wears a black mask that covers his entire face. And he is evil too. He wants to spread a new kind of drug in the streets of Gotham, but Catwoman doesn't like the idea. On the one hand, in the streets of Gotham, enough drugs are being sold already, and on the other hand, because of the 3 to 4 gunshot wounds she suffered from him at the very beginning of the movie. We can't say the movie has stunning visuals, and nevertheless, this is a Catwoman feature, and the story is a nice addition to the myth. Let's say it's a low-budget stray cat version. Number 1. The season finale is set 10 years later. This little detail is repeated about 42 times in the first 5 minutes. 10 years or not, Morena Baccarin's looks haven't faded. Catwoman is acted by Lili Simmons, a little older actress than Camren. Lili started as a Ford model. Later on, her portrayal of a badass girl in Banshee was great. She was born to play that role. Sadly, she can only be seen for a very short time in this episode. Appearing in an extravagant prom dress, she temporarily deactivates Riddler, and then she engages in a heart-to-heart, we may say cheesy, conversation with Batman. The dress saves it, though. The finale serves as a great ending of the sensational 5 seasons, and it is an appropriate introduction to the Batman movies. The TV series, based on the Gotham comics, has become widely successful, a must-see for Batman and Catwoman fans. Plus one. The movie titled The Batman, scheduled to be released in 2022, is also worth mentioning, featuring Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman. Not much is known about this, but it's for sure that Selina Kyle is going to attend a funeral in a black bowed hat. There is no official photo of her looks yet, but many guesses. As you probably guessed, black leather, zipper, and cat ears seem sure. Now we come to the end of our show, where I would casually mention a product that has absolutely nothing to do with this show, but is so awesome that I can't even begin to describe it. But since we don't have any sponsor, hit the subscribe button instead.